Today on Refined, lose LBs just by lying around?
And one of the reasons we're here is because we saw a video that claims that we can burn as many calories as a 6-mile run.
We introduce you to something called Jade Pod. Then,
I'm in awe. I don't even know what to say. This is just blowing my mind.
It's pretty impressive.
winner, winner, chicken dinner. We bask in a Seattle sight that's truly foul.
Pretty loud!
They must be from California.
Then, punk rock aliens in love. We'll have a refined review of the strange new romance, how to talk to girls at parties. Seattle Refined starts now.
Hi everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Guard Swanson. They say only two things are certain in life, death and taxes. But I'm going to add a third.
It's certain that if there's a way to lose weight without doing much work, it's going to be a big hit. Back in the 1800s, people used to sit in steam boxes like this one to drop some quick LBs. And we have no idea what these machines are doing, but these 1940s housewives don't look like they're even breaking a sweat. Now, those look like gimmicks, but a new gizmo that just arrived in the Emerald City promises to help you burn calories and much more just by sitting in it. We sent Refined's Carrie Brandenburg down to check it out.
This may look like something out of a sci-fi movie, but people are swearing by this infrared pod. You can find it at Penelope and the Beauty Bar at Seattle's Fairmont Olympic Hotel, and it's the only one in the Northwest. What does it do? The spa's owner says the Jade Line pod detoxifies the body, reduces stress and fatigue, and burns as many calories as a 6-mile run. It almost sounds too good to be true, but the owner says it's not.
We've been here for 7 years, and we're known for our skincare and our technology that we have at this spa. I'm always searching for new machines, and I ran across this Jade infrared pod. It's a Jade Line infrared sauna.
I was skeptical, but couldn't wait to hop in the pod and see what all the fuss was about.
Carrie, so this is the pod. Whoa!
Yes, I know.
Definitely feel like something out of Mork and Mindy.
Are you feeling like a little bit of stress or fatigue lately?
Yes, I'm a new mom.
Okay,
So
well,
stress and fatigue are a part of my life.
this is perfect for that.
One of the reasons we're here is because we saw a video that claims that we can burn as many calories as a 6-mile run.
Right.
That sounds amazing.
Yes, yes it is.
By laying there.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, it's a lifestyle choice. So if you just decide to just go in at one time like that, then you're probably not going to get the results
lose
that you
5
want,
pounds,
right?
right.
But if you are doing a lifestyle change and you're eating healthy and you're exercising, this is a perfect addition to that, okay? It's going to speed everything up and it's all going to work well together. Another thing is that it's super, super healing. So for instance, I had surgery a while ago. So I went in probably 4 or 5 times a week. And I actually don't even have the scar anymore.
Sounds like it's a win-win-win-win-win.
You really can't go wrong with it.
Great. And I get to just lay there. That sounds fantastic.
Oh, it's like a wonderful snooze.
Great.
Into Podland.
Podland, here I come, where the temperature was set for 140 degrees.
Initial reaction, I want to take a nap. This is so relaxing. I feel like I am laying on a beach somewhere. It's maybe not for the claustrophobic because it does kind of feel like you're in a coffin and or a rocket ship. But other than that, it's very relaxing. Feel sweat in between my toes, which is a very odd feeling.
Before I knew it, the 30 minutes was up, and I felt pretty dang good and energized.
It was very relaxing. I definitely don't feel like I ran 6 miles, but I did sweat, and I felt like there was something going on. So it was definitely a really good half an hour.
So you feel like you'd do it again?
Yeah, I would definitely do it again.
Well, you're gonna have to visit us.
I would love to.
Any excuse I can get to get away from my kids and take a nap for half an hour, I will be there.
A 30-minute Jade Pod session costs about $75. To learn more, log on to our website.
A big event in Seattle this week combined two of our favorite things here on Refined, pets and parks.
Dozens of folks converged on Capitol Hill's Cal Anderson Park yesterday for the annual Pets in the Park lunchtime event. The Seattle Humane rolled up with its adoption van filled with adorable animals looking for forever homes. How could you say no to those faces? You can see more of them on the website.
Not everyone has the time or space for a dog or even a cat, but everyone has enough room for a rubber chicken. The rubber chicken is a comedy staple, and for all the joy it's brought, it's really not celebrated enough, right? Until now, that is. Here's Refined's John Prentice.
If you live in Seattle, you already know Archie McPhee is your one-stop shop for gnome rubber duckies, safety monitor fezzes, inflatable hammers, and pocket-sized unicorn catchphrase generators.
Come frolic with me.
Yes. It's great.
Deluxe tinfoil hats.
I feel safer already.
And the perfect party accessory for clean-shaven squares like me.
This is the party mustache. It actually bends. You can shape it any way that you like.
This is exactly what I need.
Exactly.
You guys never disappoint.
Oh, I love hearing that.
But now, Archie McPhee is home to one of the newest wonders of the world.
And having been to a few places around the world, the Great Pyramids, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, which we didn't see, we were there, but where they existed, I cannot recall ever having seen anything as bizarre, exciting, as wonderful as this.
The world's only rubber chicken museum. And admission is free.
I'm in awe. I don't even know what to say. This is just blowing my mind.
It's pretty impressive.
Roger, the Duke of Doodads, says the rubber chicken has been an Archie McPhee staple for decades, and this museum is a tribute to the pliable poultry's comic icon status.
A lot of it, actually, we had lying around, but some of it we have had donated in from all across the country.
Like what?
Like the stained glass rubber chicken.
That's art. It's beautiful.
It's pretty amazing. That's a chicken that we found in our warehouse underneath a pallet. It's actually we think it's haunted. It's a
Why is
haunted.
it here? Why are we near it?
It's funny.
Sure, there's a Santa chicken, a counterfeit chicken, the world's largest rubber chicken, and
the world's smallest rubber chicken.
That's amazing.
It is very tiny.
And where did this come from?
That's a mystery.
Whoa.
As far as rubber chickens go, I feel highly enlightened. I didn't know that there were so many different kinds.
What's your favorite item that you've seen in the case?
Well, definitely that face there, the surprised chicken.
Those are the squeaking rubber chickens, and then the one with the blue ribbon is our champion rubber chicken. And it has the loudest squeak.
It's pretty loud.
It's very loud.
And that's not all.
What would you say is the crown jewel of this collection?
Well, the one that's special to most Seattleites is the JP Patches and Gertrude signed rubber chicken.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
After retrieving your jaw from the floor, be sure to exit through the Rubber Chicken gift shop. There's rubber chicken pins, t-shirts, candles, socks, scarves, finger puppets, or bring home your very own rubber chicken. There's one for every budget, and folks here say no home is complete without one.
My son, when he was probably 3 to 8, 10 years old, he slept with a rubber chicken. He got the humor of it, and he had a rubber chicken, and that's what he slept with.
John Prentice, Seattle Refined.
To learn more about that story or watch it again, log on to the website. Seattle Refined is just getting started.
Some of this has just barely been dragged out of a barn and had the chicken feathers hosed off of it.
If you love antiques, find out why Spokane is the only place to be this weekend. But first, the 411 on the newest flicks gracing the silver screen.
We like to dance, we like to fall in love. We may have mucked this planet up royally, but at least we're alive.
Including one that's out of this world. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Well, from falling in love with an alien to getting lost at sea, there's something new for everyone at the movies this weekend. Here's Refined's cranky critic Scott Rondo with the latest installment of Rondo's Reviews.
Let me welcome you to the punk revolution!
Sometimes great performances can make up for an uneven script, and that's the case in the sweetly daffy How to Talk to Girls at Parties. The film takes place in London at the height of the punk scene in 1977, when N, a young rebellious teen looking for an after-party, discovers a group of space aliens on vacation and falls in love with a beautiful and childlike E.T. named Zan, played by Elle Fanning.
Now that is punk.
Do more punk to me.
The only problem? Zan has 48 hours before she and her colonies shed their human bodies and depart Earth for good. So begins a whirlwind, fish-out-of-water Romeo and Juliet story, like this scene where Zan tries to pretend she's an American tourist on holiday.
Are you saying Americans live longer than us?
Absolutely.
Well, why would that be the case?
Because of the largely isolated and vegetarian lives they lead.
McDonald's is from America.
McDonald's.
The performances are good top to bottom, including a surprisingly funny turn from Nicole Kidman as a grizzled punk impresario. And the film works when it's celebrating the elation of love at first sight, the joy of meeting someone who gets you, and the freedom of being young. How to Talk to Girls at Parties is trying to say something about the connection shared by outsiders, whether they come from the fringes of society or another planet altogether. The biggest problem is it tries to say too much. Diversions into N's home life and alien politics slow down the film's infectious momentum, and the last 10 minutes is confusing and anticlimactic. That said, if it was a rainy day and it came on, I'd watch it again. I give How to Talk to Girls at Parties 2.5 flying saucers. It's in theaters now. Moving on, if you're a fan of the theater, and even if you're not, you'll want to check out the fascinating new documentary, Every Act of Life. It traces the celebrated career and complicated personal life of playwright Terrence McNally. From his abusive upbringing in Texas to being an openly gay man in New York in the 1960s, McNally and his famous friends take an unflinching look at the triumphs, tragedies, and the demons of abuse, alcoholism, HIV, and longing for acceptance that continue to inform his work.
Every Act of Life plays tonight and Saturday at the Seattle International Film Festival. And one more new thing at the theater this weekend, Adrift, starring Shailene Woodley and Sam Claflin as a young, gorgeous couple who fight the odds to try and survive after sailing into a killer hurricane. Looks scary. Adrift is rated PG-13. Coming up on Refined, changing lives at the shoe shine stand.
Do you even realize how amazing this whole thing is?
It's totally blew me away.
Plus, why everyone's crowing about farm chicks. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Gard Swanson. You know, some good things only come around once a year. I'm talking about like birthdays, Christmas, and the junk hunter's dream called farm chicks. But as Refined's Malia Karlinski shows us, when something's this good, it's worth waiting.
About 15,000 folks flock to the Farm Chicks Vintage and Handmade Fair in Spokane each year. Whether you're looking for furniture and fixtures, antiques and collectibles, or fabrics and notions, you can find just about everything here, including the kitchen sink. Serena Thompson started Farm Chicks 15 years ago.
Tell me, what is a farm chick? A farm chick is someone who loves her family, who loves creating a beautiful home, and she loves combining the old with the new and making everything that surrounds her her own style.
It's all about celebrating your personal style and feathering your nest with it. Brandon Kay is a seller and one half of the Junk Hunks. They handcraft just about everything in their booth.
I love anything reclaimed, anything to do with trash, anything that's a little bit unique and different, anything that I can kind of put together and fasten and make into a creation.
Tell me about your aesthetic here, because it looks like authentic things from the farm.
It literally is. Some of this has just barely been dragged out of a barn and had the chicken feathers hosed off of it.
Okay, what is this?
It's actually a hog feeder.
So you actually use this to feed hogs?
Actually, I would use it for a planter.
It's actually very cool.
Also very cool, these ottomans. They're made from grape harvest boxes and recycled metal. Plus, they're multi-use.
Ottoman, coffee table, chair height seating, so it can slide up to a table for extra seating when company comes over. And you've got your storage all in one.
And you can switch out the top, made from vintage cloth. Fresh uses for old things is what brings many shoppers here.
This is a vintage water ski.
What are you going to do with one vintage water ski?
Well, we're going to buy a bunch of them and build a fence.
Others are searching for specific things.
Okay, what's in your bag here today?
Well, I got pink Melmac quilts to go with my other pink Melmac. I got this gym basket to go for my magazines.
Do you feel like you scored when you find a treasure like that?
Oh, absolutely. Just being here is a score.
Malia Karlinski, Seattle Refined.
Farm Chicks takes place this Saturday and Sunday at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. If you go, send us your pictures. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. You know, one of the cool things we get to do on this show is dip into the archive and bring you some of the amazing stories produced by our Como colleague, Eric Johnson. Today, Eric's hero is a man whose job is shining shoes, but whose passion is saving lives.
We never know, do we, where genius and inspiration hide from us in plain sight. Take the second floor of the Columbia Tower, for instance. See the guy over there, the one shining shoes?
Now you all coated up.
His name is Leon McLaughlin. Watch and learn from Leon.
This the whole key to the shoe shine, to actually use the brush.
For more than 25 years, he's shined the shoes of attorneys and politicians and assorted big shots.
Even though we have 76 floors of pure prestige, the real business is down here on the second floor at the shoe shine stand.
You think he's kidding? No way.
Do you even realize how amazing this whole thing is?
It's totally blew me away. And to be doing it from the shoe shine stand, this is my office. So that's the real cool part about it.
For this man, every $8 shine is a learning opportunity, a chance to pick somebody's brain. He looks like he's shining shoes, but he's really going to school. And one day he got to thinking about water and the places he'd visited in his life where it was dirty and how children suffer because of it.
This is the bacteria that's growing in the water. You have moss in the water. The people is drinking this water, and this is horrible.
And what if, he asked, there was a simple filtering system that could be sent anywhere, put together by anyone, that didn't need electricity? How many lives could be saved?
And you said, maybe I can do that.
Maybe I can do that.
But see, that's what's amazing.
And then, like I said, I had all the clients from the City of Seattle Water Division, King County Water Division, so I was asking them.
And you're working on their shoes.
And I was working on their shoes.
He took an online course at Sacramento State and got a degree in water management. He kept asking questions of the water experts that came to him, and in his spare time, Leon designed his masterpiece.
First of all, it's solar, so you don't have to plug it into anything. And it's mobile, so it have wheels on it.
He's taken them to the poorest parts of Bolivia, Peru, Nicaragua.
So if this was the river, you'd put this hose in the river.
He sent them to Africa, and he knows he has helped save lives.
And out come clean, fresh drinking water.
What's that feel like to you?
Well, it's the best. I mean, it was a God-given feeling. It was just unbelievable because of the fact that I never thought that I would be doing anything like this. And then when those kids came up to me and said, "Stepdad, you are our only ticket out," I was like, if I'm the only ticket out, we really in trouble because I'm at the shoe shine stand.
He's being modest. That shoe shine stand is now home to the Clean Water Foundation, the nonprofit that Leon started, and it's where he displays his systems.
Okay, thank you so very much.
The units are small, and they pump out a gallon of clean water every minute. Imagine that.
We're all in this together.
No wonder World Vision wanted to partner with him. No wonder the Peace Corps is sending 56 of his units to Swaziland, Africa, a tiny country ravaged by AIDS. And no wonder the bigwigs whose shoes he shines are in awe.
Here's a guy who has a shoe shine stand and he's out saving the world. I just think that's incredibly inspiring.
So if you're looking at saving a life and that's priceless, I mean, that's no better reward than that, so that's what keeps you going, to say, hey, well, at least I'm able to make a difference.
He worked and listened and learned. His ambitions were boundless. He dreamed a dream and made it so.
So you never know what destiny can do. And like I say, it's all I was just here at the shoe shine stand, asking questions and traveling.
Shine on, Leon McLaughlin. Shine on.
Leon, you're my hero, buddy.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so very much.
You do fantastic work.
Look for more Eric's Hero stories every week here on Refined. You can also find them on the Como website or on Eric's Facebook page. Just hit video.
All right, that's going to do it for today's show. I'm Gard Swanson. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you right back here on Seattle Refined.